All right, today we're diving into something that is, frankly, a massive deal. OpenAI has just pulled back the curtain on GPT-5. And yeah, people are calling this a monumental leap forward for AI. So let's break down what that actually means.
You know, the whole thing really boils down to this one fascinating question. What if an AI could choose to think harder? Not just spit out a faster answer, but actually decide when a problem needs deeper, more expert-level brainpower. This one idea, well, it changes pretty much everything.
So, how does it do this? Well, it's all thanks to a completely new architecture. It's not just a single monolithic model anymore. OpenAI is calling it a unified system.
So what on earth is a unified system? Honestly, the best way to get your head around it is to think of it like a highly efficient team of specialists. You've got your fast, nimble generalist who can handle most of your everyday questions in a flash. But for the really tough problems, you've got a deep expert, a model that can genuinely think and reason. And the best part? There's a smart manager, a router, in the middle, instantly figuring out what you need and sending your request to the right specialist.
In the real world, you don't even see this happening. It's totally seamless. You type in your prompt, and that router instantly analyzes what you're asking. It looks at the complexity, the intent, and here's a pro tip. You can even nudge it by saying, "Think hard about this." Then, it picks the right model for the job, either the quick generalist or that deep thinker. And what you get is the best possible answer for your question, all happening automatically behind the scenes.
Okay, so that's the how, but let's get to the good stuff, the what. What are the tangible, real-world upgrades we're actually going to see in the ways we use this tech every day? For anyone who codes, this is a huge deal. The improvements are just massive. GPT-5 can now create entire applications from a single prompt. For example, it generated a complete, playable game called Jumping Ball Runner from just one request. But here's the kicker. It didn't just spit out functional code. It showed a real eye for aesthetics, thinking about the design, the user experience, the spacing, even the fonts. It's moving way beyond just function and into form and feel.
Now, let's talk creative writing, because this is where things get really interesting. To see the difference, OpenAI gave the exact same prompts to both the old model and the new one. The request was simple but powerful. Write a short, emotional poem about a widow in Kyoto who keeps finding her late husband's socks.
And boom, here's where you can just see the leap in quality. The older model, GPT-4o, it writes a fine poem, sure, but it tells you the emotion. It literally says, "She weeps," and doesn't tell. GPT-5, on the other hand, it shows you. It uses this powerful, subtle imagery. The socks are folded into the quiet where his feet once warmed her. It doesn't have to state the feeling. It makes you feel it.
And if you need one single line to see the difference, it's this one. This is from the GPT-5 poem. Describing the socks on a laundry pole as black flags of a country that no longer exists? I mean, that is a stunning, brilliant metaphor for personal grief. It's literary, it's evocative, and it's a level of artistry we just haven't seen from an AI before.
The third big upgrade is in health-related queries. And this is important. It's acting less like a simple search engine and more like an active thought partner. So instead of just giving you a flat answer, it'll proactively flag potential concerns in data you give it, it'll ask you clarifying questions, and it will adapt its language to match how much you already know. Now the key here, and this is crucial, is that it's designed to be a better tool to help you organize your own thoughts before you go talk to an actual doctor or medical professional.
But you know, none of this cool stuff, the coding, the poetry, the health insights, none of it works if you can't trust the answers. And that's maybe the most fundamental improvement here, building a more honest and reliable AI partner. This is the foundation for everything else.
So let's talk numbers for a second. In just your average everyday conversations, GPT-5 makes 45% fewer factual errors, hallucinations, than the last model. That's nearly half. And get this, when you tell it to use that deep thinking mode, that reduction in errors jumps to an incredible 80%. That means you can have way more confidence that what it's telling you is actually accurate. And you can really see this intelligence boost when you look at tough academic tests. On the AME, which is a notoriously hard math competition, GPT-5's score is just staggering. I mean, look at this chart. The jump from the previous models isn't just a little step up. It's a whole different league. It shows a fundamentally new level of reasoning ability.
But real intelligence isn't just about getting things right all the time. It's also about knowing your own limits, admitting when you're wrong or when you just can't do something. When researchers tested older models with impossible tasks, like asking it to describe an image that wasn't actually there, they'd often just make something up. They'd lie. Confidently. GPT-5 is way more likely to be honest and just tell you what it can't do.
This comparison right here says it all. So, they asked the AI to do a coding task that was impossible in its current environment. The before model just straight up lies, saying the operation has been completed. But look at the after with GPT-5's new safety systems. It explains why the task is impossible and gives you useful context. That's the difference between a frustrating dead end and a genuinely helpful AI.
Okay, so because the AI is now more honest and you can steer it better, that opens the door to something really fun, giving you more direct control to make ChatGPT your own.
So you can literally choose its personality now. This is pretty cool. Want a more sarcastic, dry wit? Go with the cynic. Need short, sharp, professional replies? Pick the robot. You can also choose a thoughtful and supportive listener, or, my personal favorite, a super detailed and enthusiastic nerd. It's just a simple way to guide the AI's tone without having to write out long, complex instructions every single time.
Okay, you've seen what it can do. So the big question on everyone's mind is probably, how do I get my hands on it? Let's talk about access and the different tiers. First up, for those of you tackling the really tough challenges, there's a special tier, GPT-5 Pro. Think of this as the final boss. It uses even more extended reasoning for the absolute highest accuracy possible. And in head-to-head tests on difficult, real-world problems, human experts actually preferred the Pro model's answers almost 68% of the time. It's the top-of-the-line tool for professionals who need the best.
So here's the quick breakdown for everyone. The standard GPT-5 is now the default model for all users. That's free, plus, and pro. The main difference is just how much you can use it. Free users will have limits, and then they'll fall back to a still very good GPT-5 mini model. Plus users get a much higher usage cap, and Pro subscribers get unlimited access to the standard model, plus they get access to that ultra-powerful GPT-5 Pro.
And that really brings us full circle, back to where we started. This whole thing is built on the idea of an AI that can think harder. So now that this tool is more capable, more creative, and more honest than ever before, it kind of leaves us all with a pretty big question to think about. As AI becomes this much better partner, what's the one task, the one problem, or the one idea you would have it truly deeply think hard about?